to show respect to the audience and respect your own business. It was a way to protect it.
And I'm Kayfabe Avenue, and I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And I'm E.A.
It's Kayfabe Avenue.
Ladies and gentlemen, heels and faces, casual wrestling fans, and all you smart marks, I'm Kayfabe AJ.
And I'm Kayfabe Focus.
And I'm E.A.
And this is Kayfabe Avenue, and tonight we're bringing you the WWE Fastlane review. We're about, I want to say, 15 minutes out, 20 minutes out from the
Life in the Fastlane.
Yeah, so go check out our prediction show. We made one earlier this morning. We kind of was really aligned with what we said. We were damn near spot on for a lot of situations.
Pre-show Mania.
One of the big things that we said was, why the hell is Matt Riddle and Mustafa Ali getting another fight? They actually made that make sense in the pre-show when they explained it. Ali cut a promo and pretty much said they were one win apiece as far as their standing. So the grudge match was going to happen on the pre-show like we predicted it would be.
Right.
Another thing we did predict pretty much was Retribution and the whole situation with that. So check out that pre-show. We'll get more in depth into that. Go check that out.
Right now.
But the match itself, the match was amazing.
Oh, the match was fire.
It was pretty good. You know, I thought it was gonna be trash, but it ended up being very, very good.
Yeah. I will say Matt Riddle got everything off.
Yeah.
That man hit like every move in like one combo.
And the Bro Derek too.
Bro Derek off of the turnbuckle. That's how he ended up beating Ali.
Yeah.
It was clean. No interference for Retribution.
I liked it. I just wish they had more time, you know what I mean? Because they both showed that they could go and put on the classic if they had enough time, or they had like a stipulation or something going on that really made it the match more important. But I definitely like the match itself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Beyond story wise.
I mean, we kind of knew this was gonna be a pre-show match for the simple fact that it was kind of just tacked on this over the weekend. They didn't really show any real importance to this match. We kind of thought that the match on Raw was the reason to have that was because it wasn't going to be on Fastlane. Yeah, even though I think no championship should ever be defended on a pre-show, this was actually a good match on and
it was a dope opener.
Yeah, it was. This one actually had a lot of stories. So if people missed out on the pre-show or skipped it because they thought it was just going to be a regular match, the big story coming out of this is Retribution finally breaking up.
Damn.
The first one, like, yo, fuck this.
Yeah, me and him was like, I'm about to go backstage, put my Tim.
He was screaming at her last, and then she was like, you know what? I'm out. And so she was the first one that set it off. Shout out her.
Shout out to Mia Tim's girl. Go backstage, put them Tims on.
You know what I mean?
Who you was, take that bullshit mask off. All of you guys. Take that bullshit mask off.
All of y'all.
Keep the names back. No more teabag, no more slap nuts, no more Payson Betha, no more, none of that shit.
Time to get serious.
Yeah, go back to who you guys were. It's about fucking time. She does walk out first. Shane Thorne walks out. Slapnuts walks out second, leaving Teabag and what's his name? Mason Betha in the ring. They end up doing like a double choke slam to Mustafa Ali. So I think it probably should just be Mustafa Ali versus Teabag, honestly.
Mustafa versus all of them at the same time.
Mustafa versus all of them at the
It
same
was a
time.
long time coming.
And he
He
wins.
got to run the gauntlet at Mania.
And he wins.
I didn't want it to go. I didn't want it to happen this way, but it was a long time coming. Y'all was just trash. The only one that was really holding y'all down was Mustafa Ali, and y'all all was losing. Y'all all was losing back to back to back to back, and your leader loses twice. Fuck that.
The crazy thing is, I think that
They buried
during
him.
the entire run of Retribution,
They buried it.
the best moment they ever had was when they broke up.
Yeah.
Nah, I like their debut when they were wrecking shit and breaking everything and all that. When they were like,
when they were capitalizing off of
I like
the Antifa and all the.
I like that. Yeah,
the antithesis.
They were coming on right
that,
and crossing them out on screens and banging on stuff and like, ooh, audio equipment. Like,
hold up. Oh, there's retribution in my house. Oh, man.
Other than that, yeah, run was trash.
The only thing I did like about Retribution was that it tied into the hacker storyline on SmackDown. It tied into Mustafa's rise on SmackDown and then his eventual injury and descent. The storyline of Mustafa Ali was the best thing about it. Every other piece, the group itself, hot steaming pile of garbage. Thank you.
What about
plug convincement to finally move on? Slapnuts was garbage too.
They didn't give them no wins. Everything.
They were all burning their own individual pile of garbage. In order of hot, flaming, steaming pile of garbage, I think it was Pace and Betha. Then it was Slapnuts. Then I say Teabag. And just because she wasn't featured heavily, Reckoning would be the least worst. You know the
you know what's gonna make it worse? Trash. What makes it worse is we ain't gonna see them for a long time. They're gonna
probably take them.
You don't know that.
The only one who's really gonna get TV.
I hope they don't do that. I hope they go right back to Raw.
Ali's the only one who's gonna get. Nah, the only one who's gonna get burned is Ali. I'm calling it.
Yeah, but the rest of them, all they need to do is come on Monday Night Raw tomorrow and say this mask, this face paint, this bullshit, this was all Mustafa Ali's idea. It was hot steaming pile of garbage, and that's why we didn't go nowhere with it. And just go back to who they were.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then put Mustafa over.
We never truly believed in this bullshit. And he never let us be us. And then reintroduce themselves. I'm Mia Yim. I'm Dominic Dijakovic. I'm Slapnuts. I mean, Kevin Thorne. Shane Thorne, I'm sorry. I always confuse him and Kevin Thorne. Shane Thorne and Mace. Whatever the fuck what's his real name? Theo Madden. Yeah. The guy who got put through a table by Brock Lesnar. He needs to go. Honestly, God on the truth, he needs to go back to NXT.
Yeah. The other three is fine. Because the other three are fine. The other three is vets. I'm pretty sure.
No. Shane, go back to NXT. They're not gonna do nothing with him.
So Theo
has a chance because the women's division.
You know what Shane Thorne to go.
And Dominic Dijakovic is a big guy.
We already know what you're gonna say.
You know what Shane Thorne to go.
He should go to NXT UK. He should.
He should go to UK.
I agree. Yeah, for the first time in a long time, I agree with you with the NXT UK stuff.
That's NXT UK. He'll be all right.
All right. So
first match, yo, like
in the pre-show, right before we move along to the main show, we got a little update on Shane McMahon. So he kind of injured himself during workout, preparing
for the match.
So that match isn't gonna happen. Nobody wanted it. So I'm glad it didn't happen. But that means now it goes to Mania in 3 weeks. So more promos of it stupid is, it stupid does, Braun. Dang, like fucking dumbasses.
Another 3 weeks.
Horrible story.
For another 3 weeks.
Yeah, another 3 weeks.
This
So
bullshit.
we move along. We now enter Fastlane, and to start off the show, we have the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks versus the champions, Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler.
Injurers.
So whoever didn't see this outcome coming from a mile away, like you guys is like sleeping on the rocks, living under a rock or whatever. You guys don't really watch wrestling. This was always gonna end up in two ways. Either um Sasha Banks turns on Bianca, or they win for an eventual turn. That was
Yep.
it. That was like the only. And since Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler already have the beef lined up with Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke on Raw this Monday, so we already knew like
They were good. They were gonna take the match anyways.
this was just a storyline, but the matchup was pretty good.
I thought the match was decent. It
It
wasn't.
was alright.
It wasn't nothing too crazy.
I
But
mean, nobody got injured, so you know.
Yeah, anytime the
that's a
injurer,
plus. That's a
the
plus.
injurer Nia Jax and injury in training, Shayna Baszler's in the ring. You got to be careful. True.
I thought the ending was cheesy though. Like, yeah, she messed up and blah blah blah. She fell over her for the kick out. You know, I thought it was cheesy, but I'll take it. I thought
She didn't fall over her. She went and
It
tried
was-
to. They had a hot tag situation, not a hot tag situation. Sasha Banks pretty much was about to pick up the win.
Yeah.
Bianca jumps in to try to stop Nia Jax from
to stop Nia Jax.
running in. But when she goes to attack her, she pretty much just like big body her, like and like pushed her off. And when she pushed her off, she fell back.
Yeah, she
on
fell
that.
off and kicked off. Yeah, yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying. Something
Shayna
like
Baszler
that.
ended up
Something
picking
like
up the win
Yeah.
that way. So what was stupid about this segment, the matchup itself, I give this matchup maybe a 7.5.
Yeah, it was a
It
decent match.
was a good match. Well worth.
Shout out Shayna. Shayna took a lot of the beating, and she put in the most work with the two girls. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Shout out Shayna.
She has to.
You know what I mean?
Name five moves that Nia Jax got.
Like she was working.
Samoan
both
drop.
of the girls.
Leg drop, Samoan drop,
Yeah.
super quick.
super kick.
Super-
When? I've never
She
seen
got the
it.
super kick now. Nah.
I've never seen it. A splash and
Flying
the,
splash.
and the injury signature.
And a headbutt.
Flying splash. Power bomb.
Armbar.
All right.
Power
Armbar for real. Armbar.
She
Anyway,
got an armbar.
what was stupid about it
Sharpshooter.
was the ending of
Yeah.
after the match was over. We have them arguing face to face, like they cost the match. Sasha Banks smacks her,
Max Fire. Like I'm like
smacks fire out of her, gets out the ring, walks up the ramp. Instead of chasing Sasha Banks down and beating that bitch ass,
should have done what she should have done.
facing her and like cursing her the fuck out in anger. C, maybe doing everything that she actually did, but facing Sasha Banks. She got smacked and turned to the WrestleMania sign while Sasha's behind her. Yeah, WrestleMania.
Yo.
It's all right.
Chase her.
Sasha Banks smacked the fucking Holy Ghost out of you, and she's gonna stay behind you. Why are you looking at the WrestleMania sign?
Go chase her. Like I thought that was the only thing that made it weird. Like,
was
yo,
like,
go
"Ah,
chase, go
all right.
fight her.
It's all right.
No,
Wow,
she
it's
hit
all
the
right.
ground. She hit the ground. She was holding her cheek for like a good 2 minutes before when Sasha just grabbed
Sasha
the title.
Banks was like, "What did the
Stunned
five
her.
fingers
Yo, she
say to
stunned
the
her.
face?"
She stunned her right there. I'm
Smack.
like, yo, go get her, yo. Go get
That
her.
was stupid. Everything could have worked if she would have just turned around. Turn
and just
around.
fought her.
And if you want to point at the sign, point backwards and say, "Bitch, I'm gonna get you," or whatever the hell, and I'm gonna see you at Mania. No, she completely turns her back on the enemy that just smacked the shit out you, and you point at the sign. I'm done with her. This is some. I haven't seen some stupid shit like this since.
That ain't make no sense.
Since what's her name?
Ripley.
Rhea Ripley stomping on the ramp doing her full entrance when she was supposed to go make the save, and then the show cut off. That's probably just like the stupidest thing since that. It's not even as bad as that. So I'll cut her some slack on this.
Nah.
But this segment could have been so.
This would have been a perfect opportunity for her to like turn her character up to 10 now. All she had to do was just go chase her, start fighting her there, refs breaking it up and all that. That would have been a perfect ending to it. That's all we needed. Now we got the heat we want for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
I wanted to see this match anyway.
Have them do an all-out brawl, and then
once you won the Rumble,
have it on SmackDown that they can't touch each other until Mania.
It fucking writes itself. All you have to do was just go fight her. That's it. She smacked fire out of you.
Or do everything you did, but turn your ass around.
That's it. Like
who gets smacked? Who gets smacked and then turns around like, yeah, next time.
Yo,
and the person who smacked you still standing behind you.
Yo, she sunned her.
The match was good. The match was a 7.5.
Yeah, I give it a
what's
7.
your final rating on this? Final thoughts?
It loses point. It could have been.
I give it a 5.
It could have been an 8 if they would have had the Rumble. I wanted her to go chase her. I'm like, yo, Bianca, really? You let her smack you? But it is what it is. I'll give it a 7. You know what I mean?
All right. So the next segment was Elias approaching Shane McMahon with Jackson races, and he gets the match. Let's move on. Fuck them dudes. The next up, we got the WWE Intercontinental Championship, Apollo versus Big E. Good match.
The dope match.
Love the passion that Big E.
Yo, I like his shit talk now. Yeah, I like his shit talk about the match.
I even like Apollo's character.
Yeah, I like Apollo's
fake accent is killing me.
Nah, that's really his accent.
That is not really his accent.
That's not.
That is not his accent, brother.
Yo, I don't know, but I like the shit talking though.
He's talking like this. The way I imitate, that is exactly how he does it. And I should not be doing it. And him as a black man, he still makes it sound very funny.
Let him live. He's doing something different.
Son.
It's been a long time.
You could rap your culture. You could rap your culture without making your culture seem like a joke.
It's been a long time since Apollo had personality. Let's give him
a chance. But
now he getting burned.
He could incorporate it, the new trunks like he did, the new entrance, the new demeanor, the dude with the spear. He could have did all of that shit. But the accent's not working for him. Because when Apollo talks, no disrespect, he sounds like a white dude. You close your eyes, you think he's a white dude.
I'm giving him a chance. He needed
it. Sounded like he's from Wakanda. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like, pick up your culture, but do it in a way that makes sense. Like the 180, the 180. It's crazy, son. It's crazy, but
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda forever. I ain't mad.
I will say that
I like it though.
His acting with it though, it started to become amazing. This man gets his ass whooped and screams in an accent.
I like it. That
was amazing. He was yelling in the accent. And this is not even jokes. Go back to that match, rewind it. Apollo Crews applied his new accent to the way he was absorbing the pain.
Yo.
He was like, I'll do that, sir.
I'm giving him a chance, yo. I'm giving him a chance.
But it did end in kind of like a fuck finish. A weird like roll-up situation where
it looked like Apollo won, but he didn't. And then
both of their shoulders were down. He counted, and then Big E got his shoulders up in the last second, but Apollo's was still down.
Won,
and then he dominated Big E right after.
Yeah, he whipped his ass again.
Asserted dominance. So this is obviously going to WrestleMania.
No, I like it, man. I like
everything about it. But the accent is cringy. That's the only thing. The matchup itself, to me,
Yeah,
Not on the
it's
truth.
fire. I like this. I
Another
like
probably 7.5. And
Yeah,
it's
me
only
too.
it's only
Like
at that rating because the way it ended. They could have continued the storyline without necessarily ending in that weird way.
yeah.
But
But I like
I'm gonna
continue
give
the
it an 8.
storyline, continue the push for Apollo, the push.
and I'm proud of both of them. I like Big E's intensity now. The
Like all
shit
jokes
he
aside, like
I'm
all jokes
proud of
aside,
both
I
of
do
them.
really love what Apollo is doing. Just
Yeah,
the
I'm gonna give
acting
it an
is
8.
crazy.
yeah.
Now what?
I'm gonna give it an
I
8.
give it a 7.5.
It. All right, so that was an 8. EA, what was your rating?
A 7.5.
7.5. I agree with that at a 7.5. Before we move on with the rest of the show, let's take a quick break to our sponsors. The people keep the lights on, keep the Kayfabe Avenue train moving, and we'll be right back after these messages. And we're back. We left off with Big E versus Apollo Cruz, and that was about a 7.5 and an 8 for Focus, 7.5 for E and myself.
Dope match.
And that leads us to our next situation, which is the commercial for Old Spice
Shout out Old Spice guy.
that
Very glove.
hilariously became a matchup for the 24/7 championship.
Very
We
glove.
had Tozawa kind of press the Old Spice guy. Where's our truth? And he's like, I'm just a regular Joe. I'm like, my name is Joseph Savage. I'm just I'm just here selling, giving free Old Spice out. Sample, have an Old Spice. So our truth's hand comes out through the shelf with an Old Spice. Tozawa has a pulling his arm. They end up breaking the whole set. Our truth gets pinned by Joseph Savage, the new 24/7 champion.
The
Old
goat.
Spice guy.
Very glove.
And then our Truth instantly rolls him back up and gets his baby back. So Truth is now a 51 time.
The goat.
He just outdid Mayweather.
The goat. Like, stop.
Yo, I just want to say, and I just want to say, like, yo, they're doing all this stuff for the 24/7 championship, but they could have unified the belt with
And
the
give it to Bad
WWE
Bunny.
championship at WrestleMania.
Facts.
It's fucked up, bro.
Vacation.
So
Vince needs to fire his whole creative team.
Justice for our truth. He need that match.
Justice for Bad Bunny.
And
Justice for Bad Bunny, the greatest 24/7 champion of all time.
Facts.
Nah, shout out to Old Spice. He might be the second greatest.
Nah, he get no points over Bad Bunny.
Right, he was a random dude held the belt doing a commercial. That's goat status, yo. Come on, bro.
He's gonna go in the Hall of Fame.
Over to like it is what it is.
All right. So next up, we got footage of Shane McMahon's injury. Then he announces his replacement officially is Elias and Jackson races, with Elias versus Braun Strowman. And let's get right through this racist ass match. Elias goes in. He tries to get some offense against Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman beats his ass. The racist is in the ringside. Tries to distract Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman kind of fights off the racist advances. And then he ends up beating Elias really quick, really clean. Get this fucking racist ass dude off my screen. Braun Strowman wins. What do you guys think about that? It's automatically a 0 for me because anytime Jackson races his ringside, it's automatically a 0.
Automatic 0.
Automatically.
Yeah, no love for Elias. Like
Once Elias aligned himself with this idiot or allow that shit to
I need to
happen,
go solo.
I'm good.
It's not his fault. It's not his fault.
It's not like the gimmick is even working. What the fuck is the point of them even being paired?
But yeah, this was.
Oh no, I forgot.
This
was like what 10 minutes tops, and 8 minutes.
10 minutes too long.
Like
it was like 5 minutes tops.
5 minutes too long.
And then he went to go chase Shane McMahon. Yo, whatever.
until Jackson Racist publicly apologizes for his comments during the Black Lives Matter stuff, he can kiss my fucking ass. And all his match segments will be zeros, in my opinion.
But as
He
far as
will
this
try for less. And this guy's here just chilling, taking spots.
as far as the Shane McMahon and Braun shit, I don't want to see it at WrestleMania. I don't want to see it ever. I don't get it. Hurry the fuck up. You know what I mean?
But Shane's the best in the world.
I don't know.
That's just it. We just gotta remember he's the best in the world.
I can't. I give it a. I give this a 6.5.
Yeah, it's a 0.
Wash.
What about you, Focus?
I give it a 2.
All right, some balance there. All right, so let's move on. Now in reality, my comments aside, it's probably like a 4 out of 5, just because it was a squash match and it had people we didn't fucking care about in it. But next up, we got a little backstage segment with Riddle coming up to Shinsuke, doing his bro stuff, pitching stuff to Shinsuke. Shinsuke goes in while he's talking
Disappears.
him up. He disappears, but he looks around. He's like, oh shit. He realizes after talking for so long, leaves, and Shinsuke pops back out, and he's like relieved the dude's gone. But this led straight into Seth Rollins versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
Trash.
Nah, this match was fire.
This was fire.
This match was fire. They did a lot of hard hitting. I like the shit talk that Rollins was doing. You know what I mean? He was talking a lot of shit on the side. He was like, yo, he hit me 22 times or something, 12 times with some strong style, and I'm still up and he's beat. He said some crazy shit like that.
Seth Rollins pretty much used this match to like re-solidify him on the scene.
Top contender. But he always will be. Like, he's always gonna be a big match. Rollins is just now he's finally getting a good character to play along with it as a heel. You know what I mean? His and when he was a face, he kind of was bland for a little while, even though he was hot during the Brock Lesnar situations and shit. You know what I mean? But now
Seth Rollins is great. It's just some of these stars get put in a position that
Creative sucks.
they're booked too strongly in moments where we feel someone else deserves to be champion. That's really what Seth Rollins suffered.
That's fair. You know what I mean? That's fair. I could agree with that. But you know what I mean? When it comes to the in-ring ability, you know what I mean? He's up there. I need to see him versus Johnny one time. I need something like that one time. Yeah, I need him versus Johnny
Hungy
one time. I don't
know. It seems like them dudes are never gonna come up from NXT. I think they trying to be like never leave NXT.
Rollins, he can make anybody look good. Shinsuke Nakamura, the legend himself. What more can I say? This was a dope match. I give it an 8.
Yeah, this was 8 to me too.
And they got time too. They had like a good 15, 20 minutes they were playing around.
And I was surprised because I predicted the winner right as far as Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
But I thought it was gonna be a fuck finish. I thought Cesaro or Murphy was gonna get involved. This was a clean one-on-one.
They got busy.
No fuckery. They got busy in this match.
Yeah, they both hold their heads high with this match.
Yeah, this was dope. This was a dope match. I'm interested to see where the story will go. You know what I mean? And hopefully they continue on with this little feud. Shinsuke been sitting long enough. It's time for him to start getting stories that count. And then with Rollins, he can make anybody look good in the ring.
I'm just scared coming out of this whole situation that Cesaro and Shinsuke, after getting that big rise and that momentum going, that they getting booked back down to the mid card. Like,
now it's time for Cesaro to start.
I feel like if anything, Shinsuke should run this back. Shinsuke and Seth should run this back at Mania.
Hell yeah.
Or maybe even involve Cesaro and have a triple threat or something.
Yeah. I'm not tripping off of that either.
But I think that would be a good idea. But I think that maybe after that, we should have Seth Rollins move on for this feud and probably go after Roman for the title.
Probably.
Yeah.
So it's
But
time.
you don't think it's too soon him coming back to go straight to Roman? I mean, they both heels right now.
I mean, that's gonna be the next feud, I'm guessing. I don't see anybody else who's gonna have the star power to go after Roman.
Yeah.
You got a point.
So you gotta think about that as well.
Final thoughts, final ratings on Seth Rollins versus.
This was an 8. I said my piece. It was definitely an 8. You know what I mean?
So moving on, we go to what I predicted was going to be the drag out brawl, the war of this pay-per-view. Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, with the winner being Drew McIntyre. Predicted that. We all knew that Drew was already going to WrestleMania. He was already going to face Bobby Lashley for the title, which I still think to this day they should have never said that to put just more emphasis on this match. They should have made this the final, like whoever wins this goes to WrestleMania against Bobby. But they didn't do that. They announced that, so we knew Sheamus was gonna lose. But even in losing, great fucking match, hard hitting all over the arena. Like they came with lashes on their back. They continue that war they had from Monday night and just turned it up. Put each other through the LED Thunderdome screens, which is fitting because pretty soon they're going back to live arenas, Mania being the first, so they can actually play around with the equipment now and destroy some of them a little bit.
They should have made the LEDs explode.
It did. Not the entire thing.
Nah, but I mean like even more though, like make it like something like more impactful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this was definitely a dope match. There was a lot of suplexes on that concrete that hurt my back.
Yo,
I was like, they both.
I've never seen
a lot of them shit.
I've never seen the camera side.
Yeah.
The opposite end. I thought it was screened completely 360, so it's not. That other side is completely open. So when they actually went to that side, it was pretty dope and no pads.
Nah, they took
pads.
There was a couple of them shits that both of them back and forth took suplexes, and I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. It was a dope.
Definitely won in.
That what?
They definitely won in.
Yeah,
like they both went crazy. Like
I don't expect any less. Like Drew McIntyre, honestly, there's people who troll his title run and hate on him, but that dude's been giving consistent back-to-back great matches ever since he matched up with Randy Orton.
Yeah,
Randy Orton kind of lit the fire in his ass, and ever since then, almost everybody he's gone up against has been like a standout match.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Because he's the workhorse now at WWE. Like, he's gonna be the new measuring stick.
But he deserved it. It's been a long road. Drew McIntyre came a long way. You know what I mean? And this last year,
he's showing improving. Like night in, night out, he's showing improving.
Yeah, definitely. So we got to give him his flowers, man. Like,
and he's doing what Roman's doing, but on a higher level because he's being more active in the ring than Roman Reigns is.
Yeah,
more than the head of the table.
Week in and week out, you see Roman mostly cut promos, have Jey Uso do his dirty work, and a lot of the
I'm not gonna allow all this disrespect for the head of the table.
Ain't no disrespect. First of all, you should know.
You talk about my family, Oos.
Who
you don't respect my family, Oos?
Who the reigning, defending, undisputed, universal heavyweight champion, the head of the table, and your tribal chief, Roman Reigns is. I know exactly who he is. I respect them. But you know, Drew McIntyre is just really that guy right now as far as giving us matches back to back.
Yeah, and he been deserving all his looks he's actually getting though. Like he's been putting on fire matches and he's wrestling every week. Whatever his promo game
With the little Braveheart face paint,
yeah,
which was pretty dope. But by the end of the match, it looked like it was getting all in his eyes. Like,
but yo, like he's definitely on fire, man.
yeah, I think this was probably the first like 8.5, maybe 9 of the night, in my opinion.
I'm still at 8 because there's like the Rollins match was dope too.
The Rollins match was fire too.
I
I still don't say this was the match of the night though. That's the crazy shit.
Yeah, the last one was.
I think the last match of the night was the highlight. But before we get there, we got Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss. You heard that right. Randy Orton versus Alexa. So going in, I already knew this is gonna either be just a quick promo to get the Fiend back, or this was gonna be a cinematic match. So it was a little bit of both. We had Randy Orton come out and he's in the middle of his entrance, and before he can even finish his whole entrance, he starts spitting the Jason blood. No focus. He did not take a shit in the middle of the ring.
Yes, he did. Yo,
it did not.
He legit shitted in the middle of the ring.
So, Orton has a spit in the blood. He asks for like a towel sign. He starts wiping his mouth. Tells Alexa come out. Alexa comes out in I think better face paint than she's been in a long time. Like she actually looked like zombie-like, darker makeup. So she looked pretty badass. They remixed some music a little bit too.
Yeah, they remixed the music.
So she came out. They get in the ring. As soon as they get ready to go, he goes to charge. The camera to cuts, and then we see Flame stop Randy from charging at her. She ends up laughing at him. He charges again. She gets out the way. He runs himself into the steel post. She starts taunting him outside. He like tries to catch her, and the light from the ceiling ends up falling. Right.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, she got powers now. Like,
so she's like, the world's falling around. The world's falling.
Yeah, like the shit is weird. Like that's powers. The shit is crazy.
Whole time laughing at her. Every time he tried to make an advance, something supernatural or something crazy would happen. But the big thing is they get back into the ring, and he goes to make a move to us, and a burnt hand, comes out from the ring. Now this was noticeably different.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that? I know it's the Fiend, but I'm like, the fuck? Like they really went with this melted, burnt gimmick. And I said that's how they should do it. If we go back the night he got burned, I said whenever he comes back,
give him that
come back, new mask, looking crazy. That's what the fuck they did here. He has a pulling on Randy's feet. Randy turns around. Fire comes from the bottom of the ring. Smoke. Next thing you know, the Fiend comes out. New mask, melted face,
costume, everything new,
everything brand new. Melted kind of vest. That kind of got like the leather of like the old jacket mixed in with some new shit. He got new gloves that looks like burnt hands.
Yeah,
like burnt dead hands all the way to here. So he got new gloves. His mask is completely burnt. He got one eye white, one eye like the old red Fiend eye. His hair looks burnt, like literally like it was burnt. He looks sick. If he looked straight out of a Slipknot video before, this man just turned. This is the new album. This is the new Slipknot album right here.
They killed it. They killed the.
It took me a second to adjust. Like, what the fuck is this? Then when they like had him stand up, well, he ends up doing the
Abigail puts random into Abigail. Then Alexa.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss sits on top of Randy, which probably comes across the mind of every fucking man who watches WWE television. The fantasy, he got to live a fantasy. A lot of men wish she sits on top of Randy, gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss wins, and the Fiend standing behind her. He looks like, you know who he reminds me of? The Mountain.
The Mountain.
The
Oh,
Mountain from Game of
yeah,
Thrones. When the Mountain came back zombified.
yeah.
He wasn't making no movements. He was standing there stiff as
He
stone.
like her bodyguard now.
Yeah,
Like
it's
Alexa
like the
Bliss.
roles reversed.
Yeah, like shit is
But
crazy.
yo, the Fiend looks ridiculous.
Like, yeah.
But I don't want no more Funhouse. I don't
This
want no more. This
that will
look.
make the most sense right now.
This
That
look. We don't need a Funhouse with this Fiend. This
just
Fiend,
let
like,
Alexa Bliss keep cutting her promos and that little fucking demonic shit that she do, or like in her little playground type shit. Let Alexa Bliss continue doing what she do and let the Fiend pop up on random times. You feel me? Shit like that.
I think they should keep the Fiend. Fiend's been gone too long. Keep him on TV, but now change the segments. Now it's back at the Fiend's burnt compound that Randy Orton burnt to a crisp. You feel me? Go back to that. Now he's at the Wyatt family compound, and it's just dark and grungy. Like, all his promos need to be dark and grungy. I don't want to see no Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, and hey friend. No, I don't want to see none of that no more.
Yeah.
I liked it, but this version of the Fiend, he has to turn it up now.
Now he got to turn
like,
up even more.
like, for real, if the old Fiend was a face, this needs to be heel Fiend turned up.
Alright.
Like, it has to be. So I love the segment. It wasn't a match. I won't give it a rating, but I did love the
It was
segment.
a 4.
It was fire. It was a 4.
It was a 4.
All right, so we can move on to the last match of the night, which I already gave it away, is the to me
Yep.
match of the night. Daniel Bryan versus Roman Reigns. This one went long. This one was technical. This one had a lot of striking. This one was back and forth.
I like shit talk. I like the shit talk between Roman and Edge, where Edge was outside. I like Daniel Bryan talking shit to him and Paul Heyman. Like, yo, there was
Paul
a lot.
Heyman, just listen to your tribal chief.
Yeah,
he's like, stay down. Like, what are you trying to prove? He's like, and Paul Heyman's like, stay down. Why you don't listen to your tribal chief?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, that package is fucking awesome. Him and Paul Heyman, him talking shit, his promo style of fighting and working now. Daniel Bryan made me a believer. I was actually like, you know what? In this entire time Roman Reigns has been champion, not once did I want him to lose.
Yeah.
In this match, I'm like, I want Daniel Bryan to win. And if he doesn't win, I want him in this triple threat.
Yeah.
He needs to be in this triple threat. And the way they left this match off, it looks like they might actually include him in a triple threat.
Yeah.
Because the matchup, fucking awesome.
It was fire.
But eventually it led to Daniel Bryan knee striking the referee by mistake, which brings Edge as the enforcer into play. Edge ends up getting super kicked by Jey Uso.
Yeah, because
Jey Uso super kicks Daniel Bryan. Now he brings in the chair. Daniel Bryan has a knee striking. Jey Uso takes him out of the picture. Daniel Bryan grabs a chair, tries to hit Roman with it. Roman ducks and he hits Edge. So during Edge recovering, Daniel Bryan ends up putting Roman in the label lock, reversing the spear.
Yeah.
The label lock gets Roman to tap. There's no ref, no nothing. Yeah. Edge is out. Edge comes back in, smacks Daniel Bryan with the chair, smacks Roman Reigns with the chair, ends up pissed off, leaving. The ref comes back in, and Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan so bad and so beaten. Roman crawls on Daniel Bryan. 1, 2, 3 is over. Just the amount of storytelling. Like, this is what the fuck I'm looking for. Like in wrestling. Like, I've been recently, I felt like the past, whether it was WWE, AEW, it's just like these motherfuckers have been missing the element of what makes a match, a storyline, a pay-per-view caliber match a fucking worthwhile match. It's not all super kicks and high spots. There was no blood on this event. This event was put together last second within the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And
If
some
you
of these
think
matches
about
were
it,
tacked on this week. It was a great event. It was a great event. This match was a 9.
yeah, this
Hands
match
down,
was
it was
fire.
a 9.
Definitely a 9. I'm interested to see how they mix it up in the story going forward.
Storytelling.
I see
On,
Daniel
on,
Bryan
on Friday
beating.
Night SmackDown, for context of this match,
Yeah.
on Friday Night SmackDown, Roman Reigns cut a promo with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was getting on his skin or whatever the case may be, telling him, I'm going to make you tap. I'm going to make you tap. Nobody's ever made you tap. Roman Reigns never tapped out in his entire career. He said, nobody's tapped you out of the ring. That's because you've never been in the ring with an elite grappler. Daniel Bryan put himself over, made him tap in the ring, actually accomplished that, but it didn't give him his championship. So that storyline thread alone is strong. The storyline with Edge grew even stronger.
Yeah, because
Now Daniel Bryan has even more legitimate reason to fucking hate Edge.
Oh shit, yeah.
Triple threat. Has to be a triple threat.
It has to be. And the outcome, the only rightful outcome will be Daniel Bryan winning.
I think Daniel Bryan should go over on Edge.
On Edge?
On Edge.
On Edge?
That would, you know what? That would make sense because that would protect Roman for after Mania so they could continue their shit to SummerSlam.
I didn't lose.
That would make mad sense.
Yeah, and I'm the tribal chief. I'm still the head of the table. I didn't lose. Edge lost.
Yep.
You feel me? You
so
protect
Daniel
Roman.
Bryan
You give Daniel Bryan his last run. If he's really gonna retire soon, you give his last run. Edge still has this possibility of coming back and having this one-on-one with Daniel Bryan, or having this one-on-one with Roman. So the possibilities are endless. But I do love the way this match went, the way it finished. My questions leading to Mania. Will Daniel Bryan really get injected in? I'm hoping it's a triple threat. I
see it coming. There's gonna be something going on there that he's gonna enforce. So you know what I mean.
So I did love the pay-per-view for the most part. It was a pretty solid event all around. Noticeable absences, which I didn't really like, especially leading to WrestleMania in 3 weeks. Where the fuck was Bad Bunny? Where the fuck was The Miz? Where the fuck is The Miz? Where was Bobby Lashley? At least to stare down Drew McIntyre after the win. Where was Lashley?
Yeah.
You know, not a big knock on the pay-per-view, but I feel like having those elements in there, especially you want to get that Bad Bunny storyline.
Why Oscar ain't come out for that girls tag? Like, you know what I mean? She still got drama with Shayna.
I don't know. I have no idea the direction Oscar's actually going for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
because
they're doing my girl.
With what happened with Shayna Baszler kicking her in the face, she's been distracted, hasn't even been seeing Charlotte. And Charlotte was actually, in the running for that. So maybe they'll get back to that tomorrow and the next 3 weeks to be the build to WrestleMania.
We need Oscar versus Oscar, but we need Oscar on the card for sure. You know what I mean?
I feel like those absences were like really standing out, really noticeable.
Yeah, that definitely was. I mean, they didn't even have a tag team match on that for the championships.
Yeah,
it's because her business lost them on fucking Raw. Horrible. But let's not get into that because we'll end up spinning into the negatives. And I feel like we had overall positive pay-per-view. Fastlane was, as much as I felt it was unnecessary and probably still is, as far as a pit stop before Mania.
It was dope. It was
good. It was a good event this year.
It was decent. I can't complain too much. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Old Spice dude. You know what I mean? Got a championship.
It's 2-second championship win.
You feel me? Like, I'll take it.
Right, so shouts out to Old Spice. That'll be the last time we shout you out until you sponsor us. With that being said, we can do this all day. EA, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at E.A. That's at EDOTA. I'm also up in the Facebook group, Kayfabe at Facebook group. Like, share, subscribe. Send all your hate mail this way. I'm the petty god. I answer all of that shit back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and even when he's not on the show, we still send the hate mail to
I
him.
send the hate mail. You know what I mean? Even when I'm
That being
not.
said, Focus, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, Kayfabe_focus, and everywhere else that you can find Kayfabe Avenue at.
And with that being said, you can find me and us collectively at Kayfabe Avenue on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. Join the conversation. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube. Speaking of subscribing, click on that support link on Anchor, on Apple Podcasts, wherever our podcast is provided. We're on all streaming platforms, so check us out. Once again, at Kayfabe Avenue. With that being said, I've been Kayfabe AJ. That's been E.A and Kayfabe Focus. This has been Kayfabe Avenue and the Fastlane Review. Austin, take us home. Well, this was actually a great way to close out Austin 316 week.
Yeah,
So,
for real.
shouts out Austin 25 years. And now, take us home.
Why? Because old Stone Cold said so. Thank you very much, you son of a bitch.